All right, y'all. This has not been a very good week in Baltimore sports. Is it time to panic? Is it time for us to raise that red flag that, hey, maybe this team isn't what we thought it would be? Has there been a curse put on the city? I don't know, but I do know that the Baltimore Ravens dropped another game Sunday and the Baltimore Orioles lost. Actually, they got swept in the ALCS. Two teams that we thought were going to be totally dominant this season have actually fallen flat on their face. Are the Orioles a prelude to what's going to happen to the Baltimore Ravens? I don't know. Looking upon this season, there are a lot of positives to take from it, but there also are a lot of negatives. Now, I know, somebody's going to say, hey, the Ravens are 3-2, tied for first place, actually half game behind in the AFC North. And they're going to say, hey, it's only week 5. But I've been hearing this all season long. It's only week 1. It's only week 3. It's only week 4. How far along in the season do we need to go before we start to realize there may be a problem? Now, granted, injuries have taken their toll on the Baltimore Ravens. We're starting to get a little bit healthier, but it just seems like week in and week out, somebody else goes down. Ronnie Stanley's back, Marlon Humphrey's here, and when will we finally see Tyus Bowser make his season debut? With that being said, all of our struggles seem to be on the offensive side. We thought that bringing in Todd Monken, bringing in a plethora of wide receivers would actually help this team take it to the next level. Unfortunately, that has not happened this season. Now, I know that on some four-letter network, they said that the Baltimore Ravens may not be getting their money's worth out of Lamar Jackson. But to me, Lamar Jackson is not the problem. Granted, Lamar may have a little bit of a turnover problem. In the last 3 seasons, he leads the league in turnovers and one-score games in the fourth quarter and overtime. And that is with him missing 10 games. So that is a little bit of a problem. But if you look towards the solution, Lamar Jackson is the reason that we win games. The previous game, the Ravens went up by 10 points and did not score another point after that, losing to the Pittsburgh Steelers 17-10. For a revamped offense and what we were expecting, 10 points is not going to get it done. No matter how great your defense plays, you have to score points in today's NFL, and the Ravens are just not getting it done. Now, if you look toward the positive, Lamar does lead the league in completion percentage of passes over 10 yards, which meaning he is getting the ball downfield. I just don't think that they're throwing it downfield enough, keeping the defense honest. I don't know what the problem seems to be with using Gus Edwards. Is it a health issue? Is he in John Harbaugh's doghouse? But clearly he is the best running back that we have. Now, I know that Justice Hill is doing his thing out there, but as we've seen throughout the last few seasons, Justice Hill has a turnover problem. And he does not know his blocking assignments, nor is he particularly adept at good pass blocking. As we saw in that play versus TJ Watt, all he had to do was chip him. He missed him completely. And this is not the first time. I'm not understanding. And then listen, take nothing away from Justice. He's doing his thing out there. He's running efficiently. He looks better than he has throughout his history with the Baltimore Ravens. But to me, he is a second, possibly third down back. He's not someone that you start a game with. Gus Edwards needs to be the bell cow. If not, the Ravens need to go out and trade for someone that can get the job done. So where do the problems lie? Is it in coaching? Is it in the players? Is it in the team just not being prepared for these games? Technically, and I mean technically, the Ravens should be 5-0 this season, but 2 bad losses, another one coming to the Indianapolis Colts on a game that everyone believed they should have won. But what seems to be a trend, or what has been trending over the last few years, possibly even more, is the coaching decisions, the clock management, the usage of timeouts, the miscommunications. This is something that I think the flock is starting to become a little overwhelmed with. John Harbaugh, he gets in these press conferences and he talks about the miscommunications, the need to get better. Isn't this something that we should have worked on during the offseason? This has been a problem season in and season out. Now, granted, the players have to play, but the coaches have to put the players in the best position to win. Let me say that again. Coaches have to put the players in position to win, the best positions possible. And I don't think that that's happening. So do I think that it's time for us to panic? Not now. We're 3-2. We still control our own destiny. And the crazy part is we have not played our best football this season. So there is room for growth. There is room for us to get better. Now, I don't think that during any time throughout the rest of the season, we're going to have 7 to 10 drops during the game. By all the metrics, this is the first game that the Ravens wide receivers have dropped the pass all season. It's just collectively they chose the wrong time to do it all together. So this is something that needs to be corrected fast, because we have an upcoming game this Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where the Ravens take on the Tennessee Titans in London. Now, we've played in London one time previously, and it did not go well at all. I think it was a 44-7 beatdown. Like, it just seems like the team did not get off the plane to play. So right after the game on Sunday, the Ravens left and went to London to spend a week there to kind of get acclimated to the time difference. Hopefully this makes a difference, but we do take on a Tennessee Titans team that seems to be on an upswing. Fortunately for the Ravens, Derrick Henry has not been his usual dominant self, but the downside is backup Tajay Spears has seemed to take control of this running game, averaging 5 yards a carry. Now, normally we would say, hey, the Ravens are facing Ryan Tannehill. They really don't have any wide receivers outside of DeAndre Hopkins, but we faced a team before already that was limited offensively, and we just did not show up. So it is on this coaching staff to get this team prepared to play on Sunday, or we could come away with another loss. Hopefully that will not happen. Hopefully in this game, the team puts Lamar on their backs instead of him putting them on his. The one good thing about this is, since 2021, Lamar has not lost back-to-back games, and this is a trend that we hope to continue moving forward. The Ravens need to get out there, establish their run game, and pass when needed. If the pass isn't working, rely on what works. Todd Monken, I implore you, go to what works. Stop Greg Romaning the situation and trying to be cute and do things that aren't working. If the team can't stop us running, let them run. Let the defense control the game and take the plays when they're there. Situationally, call plays that work. And for goodness sakes, when you get down to the red zone, give Gus Edwards the ball. He is a bruiser. He's the biggest back that we have. Stop trying to be cute. This is a game that the Ravens desperately need, because after we return from London, we take on the Detroit Lions. Instead of taking a bye, we decided to play straight through. Now, will the Ravens be jet lagged? Could this London trip actually be a detriment to the team because of all the travel? If we don't win this game, we will be at 500, with the possibility of going under 500 with Lamar Jackson at the helm. And this is unacceptable to me, because our team is too good regardless of the injuries. Coaching is supposed to overcome these things. And just right now, they aren't doing their job. Mike McDonald, all praise to him, but you do not leave Marlon Humphrey one-on-one with no safety help at the end of a game. It kind of reminded me of Wink Martindale, and I thought we got rid of him years ago. But you can't take anything away from the defense. They technically allowed just one touchdown. They did their job, but we need them to do more. We need them to be the Ravens of old, where the defense has to score, because right now we're not together. We're not in sync offensively. And all of the rhetoric that, hey, they didn't play together for the preseason, that's out the door. This is week 6. And by week 6, your offense should look a little bit better than this. We're disjointed. We're disheveled. We just need to get certain things together. If certain players are not healthy, don't just put them out there to put them out there. They need to be able to play. I don't know what the status of Ronnie Stanley is, but he's not looking good right now. If you need to give him some help, give him some help. Just like all the Ravens fans, I want to see an offensive explosion. I want to see points. I want to see passes. But right now, we need to do what wins the game. And to me, that falls on coaching. The players have to play, but once again, the coaches have to put the players in the best position possible to win. No more miscommunications, no more errant timeouts, no more mismanagement of the clock. Jonathan Harbaugh, if you are this so-called Hall of Fame coach that everyone says you are, you need to up your game. Eric DeCosta, I'll more on you some other time, but you have not put this roster in the best position to succeed over the last 5 years. So with the trade deadline looming, October 31st, do the Ravens make a move? Is there something that we can do to make this team better? We need some kind of spark. We need some kind of leadership brought into this organization that gets this team together. And I know they say Lamar makes the most money, so it should be on him. And technically, to some extent, it should. But we just don't have that energetic guy. Listen, Lamar is a calm, cool, collected individual. He leads in his own way. Roquan, he has that defense fired up. But offensively, we need that one guy, like that Mark Ingram type, that's going to come in and give that jolt to the offense that we truly and desperately need. So I'm not panicked. I'm not worried. I'm not scared. How about you?